Today we're gonna talk about one of the most interesting and a strong project on Coinbase, man. The token known by the name ZKP. This token last 24 hours it moved a bit, but it got huge potential. I cannot put three into words. ZKP. Once price breaks the previous top that it made, potentially $5, man. Huge potential. It might not in terms of like the level that I talked about right now, but it got huge potential. Market cap is very tiny, just $30 million of market cap. Supply 200 million coins we have. Just 200 million coins, that's it. Demand in the world, hey, supply is here. So when we get to see the demand is at the top and supply is at the bottom, supply is minimal because 200 is like 20% supply we have in circulating. Clearly they have mentioned that. You can see, man, 1 billion, 200 million, 20% supply, that's it. What about markets? Pretty much everywhere except one platform. If it does come on this platform, Binance, after that potentially $5 to $10 after that, potentially. ZKP, let's deep dive talk about, because we have to put our mind into it. Got huge potential, man. It's a matter of time. And when we open the graph in 4 hours time frame, one thing we can see now, we have enough data for how long like this token in the game, for how long. It's been 7 days, it's been a week, and one thing is clear, price is like going through the accumulation. Once price breaks, let me draw a horizontal line to explain you what I am talking about, because once we got the closing above it, like previously from this point it did drop, so I'll just, yeah, precisely 19 cents. So once we got the closing in 4 hours time frame above like this level, above 19 cents precisely, once we got the closing like this, after that, right now sellers are dominating, buyers are not dominating for time being. But once we got the closing, potentially $5 to $10. Guys, hold on, before we move forward in this video and talk about ZKP at length, how many approaches we have at length, we are going to talk about this one. Before we do that, I have something for you guys. I have a VIP where I discuss setups for learning. So dash, we discuss bottom in, closing, confirmation. We discussed what happened since we discussed from our support level, nicely moved up. So if you really want like learn from the best in the world, because when I come up with a content, like I don't do it for money, man. I have money. Like all I do is like talk about projects which I haven't talked about, man. This is a new token, so I like to explore like technical patterns, man. And then that way I have talked about 7 to 8 thousand projects up until this point. So this is what I do full-time professional, and 2 setups for learning every day. Just DM me, I'll add you into my VIP. Come back to the topic, pure educational content, by the way. So yes, we all are waiting, for the breakout. Bottom do we have? No, we don't have. And this was the bottom? Of course not. It's a new token, like launched a week back from now. There are like two main approaches we have in the market. The bottom, which we don't have, time will tell. Once we see it found the bottom, that we don't know, after a month, after X amount of months, 5 months, 4 months, it's gonna find the bottom. But right now we don't have the bottom. Once it found the bottom, then we will say, oh, the bottom we have. Right now it's going through the accumulation. Right now price is like moving on a range bound, like clearly one thing we can see, it's a moving on a range bound. But if it gets the breakout, huge possibility, man. $10, that's my price prediction. I want to know like your price prediction that you have for ZKP. Leave in the comment box below, and everything is top notch. It's a Binance Alpha airdrops, YG Labs port, anything like the best of whatever you can think of. This is that token, man. And in 2026, a huge comeback gonna come into the picture. A huge comeback. Yes, huge, potentially huge comeback. Have a nice day.